tell you what it feels like. What it feels like to be me, basically, you know? I don't know, there's all sorts of analogies and ways I could try to describe this, but what I was thinking most recently is like, imagine if you had like amnesia or something, right? You found yourself in some strange, unfamiliar town, and you had these bits and pieces of memories, right? Of a home, wife and kids, but you couldn't, you know, or whatever, right? A family, right? Big family, bunch of people that you love, right? But you couldn't remember where they were, what their names were, how to get there, right? You're like thousands of miles away, right? And you're just stuck with like no resources, basically. Struggling to scrape by to have basic, you know, just basic necessities of life. Struggling just to have shelter, surrounded by people that are strange and I don't know, just a place you really don't want to be that makes you so uncomfortable. You've got this sense that you just want to go home, but you don't know how to get there. You know, it's kind of what it's like, man. Oh man, it's just, I'm so tired of this. You know, just shit doesn't feel right. I want to go home. You know. I don't know. That's kind of what it feels like. It's like I want to go home, but I got no home to go home to, or I don't know where it is. Another thing that kind of feels like is like, you know how people tell you to find, you know, oh, you got to find your spirit family, find your spirit family, find your people, right? Find your tribe, whatever the hell, right? Another way that I feel is I feel like I've been, like whoever my tribe is, my spirit family, right? I feel like I've been kidnapped from them or something. And I've been like placed with some tribe that's so totally not mine, you know? Put somewhere that I don't belong. With, I'm just totally out of place, you know? imagine how you would feel if you were like, how you would feel if you were like some wealthy landowner in the 1800s or something, right? You had a big house and, big farm and family, wife, kids, all that shit, right? And then you just got sucked into some kind of weird portal that transported you into the modern day, into a world that you totally don't understand, you don't belong in, right? Where everything just feels out of place. And you have no money, no resources, and you have to just spend your days doing some pointless, meaningless bullshit to attempt to even survive in this fucked up world that you don't belong in. Right? Yeah. That's kind of how I feel, man. That's really how I feel. Eat up a couple pieces of pizza or something. I think I should just, probably better to not drink today. What do you think? Yeah, did enough of that. Time to be sober and pull myself together so I can go do some more meaningless bullshit to try to make money. I swear, man. I do. I feel so fucking out of place here, man. I don't know, dude. I mean, really, just as a little thought experiment, what do you think it would be like for like if you take some character, some person out of history, even some badass or something, and you plop them in this world with nothing, how well do you think they would really do? Like if you took Charles Ingalls, I use that as an example because that guy, very impressive, dude from, that was a real dude, the whole Little House on the Prairie thing, right? Like, how well do you think he would do? How do you think he would feel? If you just snatched him out of his world, away from his wife and children, and you plopped him down now in the modern days. How do you think he would feel when he sees, cars flying by at 65 miles an hour? How do you think he would feel? About having to work and work and work and work and work and never really can get ahead or get a home, you know. I mean, really, I think if you took someone like Charles Ingalls, this is a hard-working, strong, intelligent man, you know, back in the old days, right? But I really pictured, like, I really think that if you plopped him in the modern world, though, he would probably be like some homeless guy living under a bridge or something. Hmm. I think if you took the you know, the Earps or something, you know, you take Wyatt Earp or something, as the plopped him in the modern day, you know, he would be probably homeless. Yeah, like really, just wouldn't fit in at all, you know. So that's kind of how I feel. I feel like I'm some, you know, like I'm living in the wrong fucking century, surrounded by the wrong world, the wrong people. Hmm. I don't know what to do, man. Yeah, I'm pretty much always embarrassed if I end up drinking, you know. But at the same time, I can kind of understand why I end up doing it. I just attempting to cope with this bullshit, you know. I feel so fucking out of place and so alone. That's how I feel. Yeah, I feel like I'm some, you know, like I said, like some guy from, you know, ancient past or something that's just been like plopped in the fucking modern world, and it's like, you know, like like how you would feel. How would you feel like if you were in that situation, right? Like everyone you ever knew or loved, all your friends and family, dead, gone. Try to have a conversation with anyone, and nobody's like you remember, and then you can't even, you know, get along hardly with people because shit, man. I just feel so fucking out of place here. I don't know, man. This shit doesn't seem right at all. I don't know, man. You know what sucks is like Well, I mean, like physically and psychologically and emotionally and so on. I need to heal. I just don't feel like there's any real help. I mean, to heal and I don't know. One of the things I'm just like haunted by here is just this sense and this feeling that my life is not my own and that something else, somebody else, is controlling my life, keeping me stuck, and like there's not a goddamn thing I can do about it. I feel like I'm stuck in a place I don't want to be around people that I want nothing to do with, and my life is just having to do a bunch of shit that I don't even want to do. I feel so goddamn out of place. And try to come up with another analogy, I'd say, like, how do you think, like, what do you think it would be like if you were, let's say, I don't know, say you were an Aztec, you know, and you got snatched out of your Aztec village and placed, you know, 200 years in the future in like a uh, Lakota Sioux tribe or something, right? Just super out of place. That's how I felt, just out of place. And I don't know, with the drinking, man, sometimes when I drink, I have these experiences that are kind of like extra strange. And I think maybe it's because, people think that I won't remember anything because of how drunk I am or something. So they're less cautious about, keeping up appearances, about pretending like all this shit is normal. And I'm, able to see some things that really kind of reinforce the idea that this shit is not real. Like, this thing is, it's rigged. It's a rigged game. It's fake. It's scripted. It's bullshit. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I feel so fucking out of place here. Oh boy. I don't know, man. See, here's the thing, like I'll sober up few days, whatever, right? Get out and go work or whatever, right? Just trying to basically like play along, like I have to, like I'm forced to play along in this place. Like this shit is real, like this shit is like any of this shit is normal, Have to go out, have to work to try to make money, have to deal with, what I have to deal with to try to have just basic survival needs met, to try to have a place to sleep, have food, you know. But I go out and it's so goddamn strange. It just doesn't feel like it makes any sense. None of this shit makes any sense. And frankly, it just gets so strange, and I feel so. Honestly, I feel very abused, basically. Like, I'm, you know, from what I hear of like other people talking about this sort of stuff, I'm basically, would be like a targeted individual, basically, right? Sort of weird shit that I deal with matches up with the targeted individual stuff, But it's just too weird, So strange, so out of place. We got this movie Big, playing on the TV over there, got it muted. There's this scene where, he's had to run away and he's in this motel room the first night. People are banging on the door. shouting Spanish or something, and he's just scared, you know, shoving dresser in front of the door. Honestly, I kind of feel like that a lot of the time, you know? Like, I don't even want to go outside. Every time I have to go out, try to work or whatever, you know, I feel like I'm. Have to get up and go out and deal with the outside world, you know, it's like. To me, it feels like. It's almost like imagine if you're like a knight, right? And you're putting on your suit of armor and you're getting ready to go walk into a cave where there's a dragon. I mean, you know that you'll have to walk past the corpses of dozens or hundreds of other knights that came before you that, you know, tried to slay the dragon. Like that's kind of how I feel, man. Just going out, having to do anything, like having to go out to work, having to go and go to the grocery store or whatever, you know. I kind of feel like that, you know. I feel like I'm trying having to, you know, build up the courage to go slay a dragon or something to go out and deal with that shit.